RDAllen here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Flint Hills, and since last episode, we've got quite a bit of work done here, actually. Finished chopping Field 10, so Field 10 is done. We'll get back to that here in just a moment. Also, Field 6 and 7 are done as well, and that was the sunflower field here. Again, everyone, thanks to Autodrive and its ability to basically not needing to be constantly babysitted, everyone. Autodrive finished this field completely by itself. I did have to take one truck off the course there, everyone. The truck here was kept getting in the way, so I had to remove that truck, and I ran one truck, which did slow it down, but the it just basically freed it up, and didn't basically this truck just kept getting in the way at the entrance to the field here, or at the entrance to the farm here, I'm sorry. So yes, just remove that and ran one truck. Basically, everyone, the timing is just perfect enough that when the one truck is coming to be unloaded, the other one is coming out from being unloaded. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, we're just like the perfect distance from the field here. So it did not work out really well. But anyway, get this back up on the road here, back to the farm. So yes, that field's done, everyone. We'll, sunflowers, that does not need to be plowed here, right? Double check. Yep, no, does not need to be plowed. And speaking of which, what was the yield like? So yeah, looks like we're looking at a pretty good yield across this field, everyone. 125%, looks like a little bit of, was that 80%? Yeah, and then maybe some 90% and some 100% and some 125%. So it's kind of all over the board across that field. You know what, while we're here, we can clear and reset. I don't know actually if you have to clear and reset it anymore or not, everyone. That was always something before. They always said to clear and reset it every time, but I don't know, with recent updates, maybe you don't necessarily have to do that so much. Although it is kind of nice, you can still see if you do reset them, you can actually see what the new data is. So I suppose maybe it still is a benefit to reset that yet. You know, again, base 7, I probably should really redo the courses at the farm here, just so use one driveway for entering, one driveway for exiting. That way, that would take care of the problem we're having. But anyway, it works. Just, again, put one truck on it. Slows it down maybe a little bit, because then you got to wait for the truck to come back. Because, again, this cart, everyone can hold 2 trucks worth of... Actually, a little over, a little under, somewhere in there, like 2 trucks worth, right? Also, I want to get started on harvesting the sunflowers this episode. Everyone got the combines lined up here, the John Deere X9s, and I just realized I forgot to update here again. You folks probably are not surprised. Not surprised at all. I forgot to update. Oh, well, we'll try to remember that next episode maybe or something. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? That's not going to happen next episode. Oh, that's right. We got weeds on this field, too. I forgot about that. Oh, well. Field 10 will need to be plowed. Okay, that is good to know. So we should probably get a plow going over there. Speaking of Field 10, everyone, like I said, finished. Oh, that's right. This Buster's truck's over here, too, isn't it? Finished chopping. Autodrive did a phenomenal job on this field. We switched out to that smaller truck, everyone. Had no further issues. In fact, I don't recall having to do anything on this field, everyone. As far as I know, I think Autodrive chopped it flawlessly. I want to emphasize that, everyone. Flawlessly. I don't, like I said, I'm 99.9% sure I did not fix anything on this, other than with the BCG truck. I mean, the BCG truck I was having troubles with, right? But once we put the smaller truck on there, everyone, I don't recall having to do anything with this field. So, again, that is, I don't know, everyone, that's pretty impressive. From someone like me who has been using course play for, like, many years now. Yeah, and then you go to Autodrive, and Autodrive can, like, do an entire field, and I don't have to sit there and babysit it. Wow, that is downright impressive. Downright impressive. I mean, I'm okay with having to fix it every now and then, everyone, but, I mean, again, the sunflower field, I didn't have to do anything, everyone. I had to end up, like I said, taking the one truck off, so they weren't getting in collision at the field entrance, the farm entrance, and then they ran flawlessly after that. And again, that was just a collision issue. That really wasn't Autodrive's fault, per se. That's just I don't have the course set up real well there. And then same thing over here for chopping. Flawlessly. It's downright impressive. Once we got rid of the BCG truck. Speaking of the BCG truck, as much as I like this truck, we're just going to go ahead and sell it, because I don't know. Don't know. Yep, apparently, I don't know, Autodrive, something did not like something with that BCG truck, because that kept hard locking. And when I say hard lock, I'm like, the game is locked up. You cannot do anything. I mean, it's done. It's toast. It's gone. It's history. You've lost your progress, and it's not pretty, right? So that is not cool. Don't know why. No idea why or what. So is there weeds on? Oh, okay. Apparently I forgot to spray field 11 too. Oh boy. Oh well. Oops. Well, let's get the combines going. I don't know if I have a course for this or not. Everyone with 2 row crop heads. I know we got for the Draper heads, but I don't know if we got one for the row crop heads here. So, field 9. Field 9, 12-meter harvest. Yeah, that's probably the one for these heads, but it's not ×2. So, we're going to create a new one here. Course generation. Field 9. Field 9. Oh, I don't know. 2 headlands? Seems like that should be enough. 2, 12, 24, 48. Let's do 3. Let's just do 3. That seems like that should be enough. Give us enough room. Let's see what we end up with here. Please wait. Generating. Okay, taking a minute to generate that course there, apparently. There we go. Yeah, looks like that should work. Also, yeah, okay, perfect. I was kind of hoping the 3 headlands would get rid of any derpiness that would go on in this area here. To be honest, probably should just like get rid of that little hook area there because that causes us some issues. Okay, let's go with that. We'll save that as field 9, 12-meter ×2. And we're going to go with harvest. Yes, harvesting works. We're harvesting, right? We'll back this other combine up here a minute so we can get a little closer to the start point here. We'll also get that course loaded up on here as well. So field 9, 12-meter ×2 harvest. First waypoint, yeah, that looks pretty good. And get this one fired up here as well. And make sure you're set. Yeah, you're already set to the left. Perfect. I think we'll probably just throw 1 grain cart on this field here again as well, everyone. Sunflowers, not a high-yielding crop there again, so I think that'll work just fine. And then we should be able to, right? Yeah, you're already set to the right. Perfect. First waypoint, drive the course. And he should stay here until the other one is about 500 meters or so ahead, everyone. That 500 meters seems to be working out just fine, by the way. Again, have not had any issues with that. Autodrive, yeah, seems to be happy with that, everyone. So I think we're going to leave those settings where they are at. Now, we do need to change Autodrive here. So field 9. This is the cart load, right? No, that should be the wait point. Field 9, cart wait point. Cart unload. I'll pull them on the field here as well. Okay, hit the power button there. There we go. And get the truck going here. We'll switch that out as well. So we just need to switch this to field 9 load. And we'll switch it to sun. Again, that doesn't really matter as far as I know when you set this, but I always set it here. So sunflowers. And hit the power button. We should be right in here somewhere. I might have to, yeah, I'll probably have to have him drive the course here so it actually straighten out. Because otherwise that, actually, might be good. Oh, no, he's running the course. Okay, that's fine. Wait, that's field 6. Didn't I set field 9? Try that again. Field 9, load. Okay, apparently someone left a truck in the way here. Who did that? I don't know. I haven't talked with the person that did that. Let's get this out of the way here. Yes, the DB120 planter. I actually do not know what is wrong with this planter and why it's not planting. Everyone went and looked at it here between episodes. I actually did check it out here. That's probably why I forgot to update the X9s, because I was busy looking at this thing. No idea why it's not working. I mean, no idea. Not a clue. Like I said, used it many, many times on the multiplayer server. It's always worked fine. Been a while since I've used it single player here, I guess. Not sure what is wrong with it, so I'm also not sure if that's the version I fixed up or if that's actually the Buster's version yet. I'll have to double check that. That actually looks like that might be the Buster's version here. Well, actually, no, maybe it's not. It might be the one I fixed up because there was a couple like nodes on here that were not right. So when it folded out and stuff looked a little weird. I did fix that. Oh, that's right. I did add the triggers to it so it will refill from the air. Otherwise, this planter would not refill from like a seed tender. Everyone, you cannot refill that planter from a seed tender in the past. It will fill from it now with the changes I've made to it. At least I think that's the one. Could be wrong. So maybe something in my changes. So I'll have to check into that some more. Like I said, don't know why it's not working. Used to work on the multiplayer all the time just fine. Used to use that planner quite a bit. Haven't actually used it on the last... Haven't used it on the current map. I don't know if we used it on the last map or not either. Not sure on that one. Let's see. How are we looking over here? Looks like we're looking pretty good. How's the yield, out of curiosity? Probably going to be just a little bit lower because we do have some weeds on the field. At least this section of the field will be a little lower, I would imagine. What is on field 11 while we're at it here? There's also sunflowers. Okay, forgot about that. Okay, well, let's grab a plow here, everyone. Get over to field 10. We're going to start plowing that field. Oh, what shall we use for a plow here? Just the plows we've always used, or should we, we got $4.3 million of one. I mean, seems like we can maybe, get something a little bit better, bigger, badder. Although there's really, as far as like plows go, everyone, this technically is a cultivator, and as far as plows go, they don't really get much bigger than that anyway, so I don't know if this disc counts as a plow or not. I know some of these land-all ones do. I'm not sure if that one does. That's of course a cultivator. Maybe do a little quick shopping here, because why not, right? And just to see what we got, if there's anything interesting in the plows category here. We do have an eco-till. How wide is that? That is 8.5 meters. Yeah, that's kind of small. Got the big John Deere version. That's only 6.6. Okay, that's even smaller yet. Yeah, it's the problem with that stuff. I mean, they're all kind of small. I mean, if we set it free on course play, I guess it wouldn't be horrible, right? But yeah, we could do some deep ripping. That's at least 8.5 meters. 342 horsepower. That's not too bad. Why don't we give that a try? No, it's red. Have a moment of silence, will you, everyone? Have a moment of silence. It's terrible. Let's see. Should we pull that with a K620 quad track, or what else do we got over here? We got the 9390. Probably not this one. This one's kind of more of a planting setup with a narrow track, so I would argue the 535. 9390 would probably have just enough horsepower. The 620 would probably be the better choice. Then at some point we can actually put a proper tractor in front of this planting setup, you know. Get rid of this, this. I think they call this a tractor, but I'm not entirely sure on that anymore. Pretty sure it's more of just a shed ornament. You know, if it's red, you'll just leave that thing in the shed. Another thought, we maybe won't be using this tractor. Let's see if there's a 3-point option for this tractor. I don't know if the other tractors have 3 points or not. I think the 535 does. I'm pretty sure I put a 3-point on that one because I wasn't sure if the planter would need it. Let's see if this one will give us a 3-point option. This tractor's definitely weighted down heavy enough for this job. Okay, let's customize this here a minute. There might be, I don't recall, engine setup. Attachers, hitch only. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for here. We want rear linkage, yes. Oh, so we can put weights on there too. Okay. Front 3-point. Oh my. Front 3-point plus rear linkage. Yeah, that's. I wonder what you'd want that for. Yeah, what would you do with a front 3-point on a tractor of this this size? That's. Oh my. Okay, I'm curious, Evan. Is that like a legitimate option? Because, like, what would you do with a front 3-point? We want the rear linkage option, I guess. On a tractor of this size. Seems a little weird to me. I suppose what I could have done, too, Evan, is I could have gotten the version of this that does not require a 3-point. There is the one the hitched version of this eco-till as well. Okay, to the field we go. This should count. It's probably, geez, this count as a plow or a subsoiler, I wonder. thinking the game would probably be more under the subsoiler category. Actually, speaking of which, we should probably check the subsoiler category just to see if there's anything interesting under that as well. We do have some high-speed discs as well. That might be kind of fun. Yeah, we got the 2680 here. Might have to give that a try. We'll see once everyone, if this like leaves a cultivated texture. Maybe I'll break. Ooh, there's a couple other nice discs in here too, isn't there? Interesting. Okay, noted. We'll maybe break that high-speed disc out, get a 620 over here. Proper 620, 9620. And yeah, we'll maybe throw a disc on that. Let's see, how's the harvesting looking? Needs to be unloaded. Did I forget to get the grain cart going here or something? Looks like he's still sitting. We better go check that here a minute, Evan. Maybe I missed something somewhere. Who knows? Possible. Okay, what's going on with... Now, it looks like he is going. He should be going because he's showing up on the map there. Yep, he is... Oh, you know what? I know what it is, Evan. Aha. You folks probably pointed out already. Yes, I forgot to set this to field 9, cart weight. And also field 9, cart weight. Yep, there. Now he's on the move. I don't quite understand why that is, everyone. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Because if you don't set that... Autodrive will still sometimes come to unload you. Like, if I had Autodrive sitting in the field across the path here, Autodrive would probably try to come over here and unload this combine, even though it is set to the wrong location, the wrong point. Yeah, so I don't quite understand what's up with that. But anyway, that was the problem. Like that derp up on my part. To be expected, I suppose. Oh, that's a little trippy with the... Okay, probably shouldn't be backing up like that. Yeah, that's a little trippy there with the quad track and the 3-point in it. Oh, boy. Maybe I should have got the hitch version of it. That might have been a little easier to drive. Now, otherwise, every time you steer here, it throws that back end around. Yeah, once we're going up and down the field, though, it won't be too bad. We'll just get probably some guidance steering, or I'll have force play. Yeah, to be honest, it'll probably be force play doing this here. Oh, and failed to mention it here, too. We are still picking up bales yet. You folks probably noticed this already. Yeah, still picking up bales. Force play is still working on this yet. I mean, I have no idea how many hours. Actually, you know what? We bought this trailer brand new, everyone. Right? And that should be the hours that are down below there, everyone. That should be the hours, I think. Okay, you folks, look at the hours on that thing, everyone. Look how many hours Courseplay has been working on this. Now, mind you, Courseplay's been a little derpy, but... Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's nearly 40 hours. For anyone wondering why it's taken so many episodes to get that field done, that's 40 hours. 40 freaking hours of work right there. Oh, glad I don't have to do that. And as I've said before, I've noted, next time you try something new with Courseplay, try a small field first. Yeah. Don't know what I was thinking on that one. Apparently the Rona got me on that one. That human malware. Ooh, bad stuff, everyone. Bad stuff, apparently. For those of you that regularly watch the channel, you probably already know that for myself here, I have already had the human malware. And I mean, look what it's done to me. I'm buying red tractors and red equipment. I mean, whew. Folks think that that human malware isn't bad. I mean, just look what it's done to me. I'm telling you, folks, it's some terrible stuff. Terrible, terrible stuff. And for anyone, actually wondering, as far as like real life goes, everyone, at least in my case, Evan, yes, the human malware definitely was, I would say, quite terrible. Not that the symptoms are necessarily that awful per se, just the longevity of it, everyone, is been quite nasty. Again, my lungs still have not recovered from that yet. Still can't smell worth crap either yet, so that still is not back. And it's been, let's see, 1st of November, I believe I had it, everyone, so November, December, let's see what's here, January, February, we're like partway through March here, so going on 4 or 5 months here. Getting a little bit ridiculous, if you ask me. The loss of smell of one probably won't be so bad. It'd be nice if the lungs would start working a little bit better. That part would be kind of nice. Hopefully, maybe as the weather starts getting warmer, maybe that'll help too. Not sure. Just we'll have to see what's here, but. For the most part, I guess I can consider myself fortunate, everyone. Like I said, the symptoms weren't too bad. And I am alive. Mostly, I think. I'll have to double check that maybe later after I'm done recording here, make sure I am alive. And just a reminder here, too, again, everyone, by the way, if you'd like to join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, that information, again, down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. As I've mentioned before, everyone, if you've never tried Farming Simulator multiplayer, you really should give it a try sometime. It is a lot of fun. It's kind of it's different in some ways if you played single player. It's quite a bit different, I would argue. Just you got hopefully more intelligent workers on a map as opposed to the AI workers and stuff and force play that you got to put up with. Now you've actually got human workers, so it's a little more fun to play with humans rather than the AI, especially if you're having to play with force play. Oh my goodness. And of course with Farming Simulator 19 here too, everyone, they've obviously changed it up here too, so as individuals, you can all have your own farm if you desire, or you can farm with someone else. It's pretty much up to you. So that's kind of nice as well. Previously, I went back in 17 previous versions. It was all one farm, unless of course you had the mods that kind of tried to split it up a little bit, and they sort of worked, sort of didn't, right? But yes, now Farming Simulator Giants here actually have it set up, so you can do that if you like. And of course, 7-2, you can obviously play multiple people on one farm. You can still do one farm yet as well if you like. I know at least for myself on the multiplayer server there, we got, I don't know, a group of anywhere from like 3 to 5 of us that are typically on the RDAllen farm. Or so we sometimes like to call it the RDAllen Hess and Wind Farm Enterprises. And then, like I said, we got a couple other people that'll randomly help us from time to time as well. If you're someone that likes to play somewhat regularly, you might benefit from having your own farm on a multiplayer server. Or if you're maybe a person that day, I just like to hop on, maybe a couple times a week, once a week at the most, every now and then whenever I have time, playing with another farm on the map might be a good choice for you there. Again, multiplayer, everyone, is a little bit different dynamic when it comes to your fields, and especially when it comes to like leasing and borrowing money, everyone. That's probably one of the biggest differences. You really got to be careful with that. There's definitely been a few broke farmers as a result of borrowing a little bit too much money, and well, maybe they only play once a week. Meanwhile, you got other players that, like myself, typically play almost every single day. Maybe not every day. I'm usually on almost every day. So, again, server time is constantly progressing. I'm wondering if you got a loan, guess what? Even though you're not on, you're still paying for said loan, for said lease. So you got to definitely be a little bit careful about that. And, you know, again, I mean, that's definitely one of the different dynamics on a multiplayer server. The single player, you can at least borrow pretty much all you want. Because, again, I'm in single player. If you're playing, it's constant, right? You're not going to go several days of not playing while the game time is... Well, most likely you're not going to anyway. While the game time is still advancing. And at least what we've always found, too, typically about a 5x time speed on a multiplayer server seems to work pretty good. Plus, everyone, we now also have the sleep anytime mod. That really comes in handy. I'm using that single player here as well. One of the nice things about that mod, everyone, is you can sleep anytime, and you can sleep to what time you want. So rather than saying I want to sleep 10 hours, everyone, you can now just say I want to sleep till 7 o'clock in the morning. And you can just set 7 o'clock in the morning, boom, it'll sleep till 7 o'clock in the morning. That's usually what I end up doing on here. I'm going to sleep till about 7 o'clock in the morning. Give or take a little bit. Sometimes 6, sometimes 8, right? Otherwise, before, I'd have to, let's see, we're at 2,300 hours here. I want to sleep till about 7 o'clock. So let's see, I got to do some math here. That's what, about 8, 9 hours or so. And now it's just, yeah, just set to 7 o'clock, boom, sleep. So yeah, definitely been a lot of nice little handy, useful mods here. Little scripting mods. Sorry for your console players. None of these are available for the console because, again, they're scripting mods. But at least on the PC side of things, just some kind of nice little useful mods that really make things a little bit easier. Another mod that we got on the multiplayer server there as well, and it also works single player, by the way, is a mod that puts you back where you left off. So when you save and exit the game, everyone, it saves your position, and it will put you back to that position when you load the game. So that's kind of a nice little, you know, I personally, everyone probably would have never thought of that before, but then started using it, like, oh, that is actually kind of nice. That really comes in handy. I forget the name of that mod, everyone. I believe it's available on the official Farming Simulator mod hub. Pretty sure where I seen that mod at. So again, I want to check that one out. That is kind of cool. It's also the passenger script as well, one. Obviously, passenger script, that's not something you could probably really use single player, I don't think, unless you can hop in with a hired worker. I'm not sure. I've never tried that, everyone, but multiplayer, you got the passenger script. That, as far as I know, I think that only works with in-game equipment, I think. Personally, we haven't really used that one a whole lot, but it is fun every now and then you ride around with someone else. And at least when it comes to the passenger script, like I was saying, I believe it only supports the in-game vehicles. The reason for that is it sets custom positions depending on the vehicle. So like the Big Bud, for example, which actually technically probably really isn't in-game. It sort of is. It's by Giants as well. But the Big Bud 747 has, I think, like a couple different positions. One of them is like standing by the railing on the tractor. It's kind of cool. Other ones obviously will like put you in the buddy seat. Okay, have we made it around the field yet? Not quite. We're getting close, everyone. Getting close. In typical video fashion, everyone, it seems like we do a lot of headlands on here. And it like takes us an entire episode to do a headland on this map. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I'm saying, kind of liking this eco-till, though. Kind of cool. Nice little soil animation. A little bit, maybe much, everyone. Typically... for those of you who've ever seen one of these work in real life, you don't see a whole lot of soil movement usually with these. Well, if you pay attention, you will. You'll like see the ground lift up, and that's about all the action you'll see. You won't actually see like any soil typically getting turned over per se. Trying to get in the corners here, make sure I destroy all the crop on this field. Yeah, definitely we'll run the high-speed disc across this, Evan, when we're done plowing it here. Definitely seems like a plan to me. And then, yeah, looking at the soil, I mean, they could probably reduce those down slightly, because Like I said, you really don't typically see a whole lot of soil movement with these. Just the ground will lift up a little bit. It actually does quite a bit, everyone. It's just you don't really see it so much because, again, it lifts the soil up, basically cracks everything open, and basically sets it back down. The idea behind a tool like this for deep ripping, breaking up what might potentially be a hard pan or compacted soil. And again, it doesn't really turn it over or really work it up per se, it just kind of breaks it up. Lifts it up, breaks it, sets it back down. Speaking of breaking it down, everyone, it is time to break it down here for this episode and wrap it up. With that, you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. Don't forget, if you'd like to join us on the multiplayer servers, you're welcome to do so. Oh, you know what? I think when I was mentioning that earlier, I forgot to mention how to join. Join us in on TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak information down below in the description there. Don't forget, too, if you'd like to follow myself over on Facebook and Instagram, that information also down below in the description. So again, with that, everyone, thanks for watching. Have a